Welcome back to Montgomery and Company, and y'all know what time it is. It's time for Let's Talk ATL, where we talk about what's popping in ATL. So today I have AJC Senior Editor at UATL and James Beard Award-winning journalist Mike Jordan. Come on with it. Okay, yeah. Come on with it. And then I have journalist Don Montgomery, whose ears are constantly to the streets. What's up, fam? Let me give you a little bit too. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? How we feeling?
Doing good.
Thankful.
Yes. I mean, today is 11/11. That means something. So I feel like today is going to be a good day.
Yes.
And since we have Mike Jordan here, I had some questions because the Michelin Guide is a big deal. It's like if you are in the restaurant business, it's like the MVPs of restaurant businesses or the first team all restaurant is how I'll put it for sports, right? So the Michelin Guide recently stopped by ATL and I have questions. Okay, so 4 more restaurants received a Michelin star. I'm getting all this information, by the way, from your article.
Okay, so as long as my fault.
No, I'm just saying, I'm letting people know that my man's is exactly. You get it. That was the energy I was trying. Come on, article. Yes. So from Mike Jordan's article, there's 3 total listings in the guide, and that's the same as 2023. So those 3 were Bomb Biscuit, Busy Bee, and Twisted Soul Cookhouse.
That's
in
right.
Pours.
Okay. That's right.
So first of all, explain what the Michelin star, what does it judge? Is there like criteria or is it like all-star where we all kind of just make our own kind of rules?
So I've never met, to my knowledge, an inspector. They're called inspectors. So they're very anonymous. That's kind of what supposedly gives it so much, credibility, is that they really keep the secrecy. They take it very seriously. So, but they judge by a series. I think it's 5 things. Things like the quality of product, is again the level of service. But they put them out there. They put what they're judging out there. But these folks apparently do not live in Atlanta or in the places where they're judging. So they wanted to avoid bias and things like that. Okay.
It's
I
crazy
think that part makes sense for a lot of people when they look at what happened.
It's crazy you say that. So I watched Emily in Paris.
I was getting ready to bring it up because, baby, the inspector on there, the lady who was acting like the inspector, girl, she was fake.
Yes.
And it ended up being a guy.
Yes.
Okay,
we
know this about Emily in Paris.
Y'all know
Shout
what
out to
happens. Y'all
Netflix.
seen it.
Because I'm telling you, TV really does help you know about topics.
Yes.
She had to be anonymous. So the reason they didn't know she was fake is because of what you just said.
Right.
They're anonymous anyway, so you wouldn't know she lying or if she's telling the truth. Now, when you get a Michelin star, how long do you keep it? Or do every year you have to re-earn it?
You have to earn it every year. Wow. So people lose them, and you can get up to 3, and there have been chefs who lost a star who are at the 3 level who have, taking drastic measures of their own lives. So it's like it's seen as it gets deep.
Baby, you get 1 star, be grateful. Okay, right. Praise the Lord, saints. You did it.
It's a great thing to be recommended. I mean, but people take the star level really, really, really seriously.
So what star level did the ATL ones get? Like, do you remember what Bomb Biscuit got or the other ones?
This is where, again, people are still figuring out how they do all of this stuff. Okay. What Bomb Biscuit got was a Bib Gourmand. And a Bib Gourmand
Who is Bib?
Yeah, Bib and Gourmand. Like, nobody in Atlanta last name Gourmand. But they basically,
that was a scent.
It sounds like something you wear, like, Bib and you're a gourmand or something. But the Bib Gourmand restaurants are like the community favorites. They're the ones that they tend to be more affordable.
I like that.
That's kind of what you find. Even though Michelin.
So like Waffle House.
Right, but Waffle House probably won't get it. They might not get it. For reasons that maybe Waffle House does not need a Michelin
Understood.
star.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh my goodness.
It's like the Michelin stars, like there's the Bib Gourmand that's being recommended just being in the guide at all.
That's honorable mention then. I'm a sports player and everything. There's first team, which is the Michelin star. Then there's second team. So you're saying the Bib Gourmand is honorable mention.
But it's for value. So think about it again, like they are someone who's providing extreme value and they're a lot more affordable.
I'm going to have to go try this Bomb Biscuit now. Where is, I'm going to have to find it.
Yeah, so Bomb Biscuit, Busy Bee, and
Busy
Twisted
Bee,
Soul.
Yep.
Yes.
But they did not get a star. So that's what's important to understand. They did not get a Michelin star.
Okay.
So there are restaurants that have stars, and what's interesting is, again, you got 4 out of 9 that are sushi restaurants, that are omakase restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's like, pretty consistent. It seems like the Michelin judges like sushi.
In Atlanta?
But actually, I wasn't mad at it. You know why? Because our omakase restaurants really give Atlanta some say it with your chest energy about
well, it
what
sound
level
like I
of
need to
sushi
go on a
we
food
have.
tour then.
Yeah, I know,
That
right?
sounds like.
That it's funny because Sirena and I, when we travel, we started saying that we're gonna like there's a black owned Michelin guide for where black owned restaurants in the Michelin guide, and so I was looking through them, and like Chicago has a couple, Ina May,
I've been to a few in Chicago
Luella's Southern Kitchen, Virtue, New York.
Virtue's great. Virtue's
See, New York has Clover Hill, Melba's,
Melba's
Red Rooster.
Melba's great.
Yeah.
Red Rooster.
We need
Red
more in
Rooster
Atlanta.
is-
I think the Michelin inspectors have not been here long enough. And there are too many black-owned restaurants that even if they're not doing culinary art with the flour and the gold, and we are doing some gold flakes, but I think it's...
I mean, we got grassy
we
walls.
got definitely...
What are we talking about?
We got gold flake grass walls, everything.
Right.
It's gold in the walls. But I mean, there's... Even if you're not doing that kind of thing, they're still doing excellent work and it's really good food out there. So there's room for more.
Is there a bias? Like, I feel like when you're in, let's say, New York, you might go into a restaurant expecting to see Michelin energy. Is there, I wonder if they're like, because you know how like refs are unbiased. You know, like that's the saying. I'm sorry, y'all, I have to sports play and everything, but refs are unbiased per se. But there is a weird energy with Chris Paul and that one ref, right? So I wonder if the city of Atlanta is just now, like you said, they haven't been here long enough in a sense of like, do you think we'll start to get more and more stars or from the same restaurants that's been here, or are we going to have to create different style of restaurants to get more stars?
Honestly, I think that people are going to have to I don't think the public is really... They just know if you get a star, you're in Michelin, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's a media-driven thing, to be honest with you. I think
everything is media.
Right.
It really is.
Everything.
I think it is. I think, and what I mean by that is I think restaurants need to become more savvy. If it's social media or whatever else, they really got to get the word out there about what
You
they're
can always
doing.
hire me.
Yeah.
I'll come for free dinners.
And Dom will come in there and you go viral off
This
Dom.
is really like
Yeah.
Emily in Paris, though. It's actually
really
blowing
is.
my
That's how
mind.
It is.
That's how she got the guy to get recognized.
They probably had talked to some people
Her
on the road that they knew.
ex-boo is a chef at a restaurant.
Season 3 and 4 just takes me, okay? Like Emily in Paris, like they're getting free promo right now.
Yeah, they really are. But it's like, it's crazy how
walks
realistic
you
that
through
is.
this.
So I mean, like, wow. And so you had a topic on maybe this, or is this your topic, or what did you have thoughts on this, Michelin?
I thought that, again, there are definitely black-owned restaurants that do Michelin quality work, whether it's a star, whether it is recommendation, whether it's Bib Gourmand. The hot new kid on the block is Bread and Butterfly. And that is in Inman Park. It's off of Elizabeth Avenue. It's right at the corner of Highland. And it's a French bistro. A couple that used to have a spot called Cakes and Ale in Decatur Square. They sold it to this guy named Demetrius Williams and his partner. They had a supper club that they would do there. They bought the place and they started to do, instead of just French food, putting in Haitian influences and West African things. And why doesn't Atlanta have fine West African and Haitian dining? They did it. They're in this great, very hot part of town. Yeah. And so the New York Times had them as one of the 50 best restaurants. So they got big. But they should definitely be in the guide at some point if people decide that that's the experience they like. Southern National does a great job. There are chefs here that are doing a really good job, and I think Atlanta also, we don't do ourselves any favors because we lean into brunch. And I don't know if Michelin cares as much about brunch.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
They can't appreciate brunch in the South.
Because we know how to, we are a brunching community. I mean, that's really.
I brunch,
Yeah, that's interesting. And so, do you know, if they came, do they send you a rejection letter? We pulled up on you, trash. Do they let you know? I mean, I'm just saying, or do you not even know you missed your opportunity?
I would love to read that.
I think you don't know. I don't think you know. I think it's if you don't get some kind of notice, maybe it's in the invitation to the ceremony. I mean, if they have plans to maybe give you a star or include you, they probably say, hey, come to the ceremony. Yeah. But I think if you don't, then you just know.
There's just one restaurant for me that needs all the stars, all the recognition, and it's number 246 in Decatur. Okay. I stand by that place.
What? Okay.
I love them, and they have a brunch, but I'm talking about their dinner. It's some of the best Italian I've had in any city.
That's interesting.
I put them up against everybody.
Too. It's a lot of people, when you talk about number 246, people who know, and they'd be like, yes.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't know, and it's right on Decatur Square.
But that goes kind of to what you say about the media part of it. I'd be curious in the Michelin breakdown. I'm a stats person, everybody, analytics. How many restaurants are sushi? How many are Italian? How many are soul food?
Yeah.
How many? Because I wonder if we'll see like 50% is sushi, Asian food, because those are typically, when you go on a map and you see like 5 money signs, it's usually how expensive the restaurants is and stuff. A lot of times that's your steakhouse, your sushi restaurants. I wonder what that breakdown is, because what are your chances, your percentages, if you're doing a style of food that's not in this certain window?
Oh, I think seriously, like that's what I think. The fact that we have 4 omakase sushi restaurants out of the 9 places that have a star, I'm wondering, I'm like, are we about to see a whole lot more omakase restaurants opening up?
And that's a chain?
No, it's just basically like you have Mujo, and Mujo is like, don't get it twisted. It's like, if you really do what they want you to do, like what they put on the menu is like, here's what we do well, you're going to spend $400 a person.
Ooh, please take me on a date.
But
please.
Okay.
Somebody. I like that number.
Oh my God.
But I
Somebody
promise you
get
this.
her.
I've been to Mujo. I had Mujo before they opened. I've had it there. It's like, you will remember the experience.
See, and that's what I was fixing to say. It has to be about more so the experience versus just how pretty the plate looks in general. So
what you got for us, Dawn? What you got?
So just real quickly, like I don't think a lot of people talked about this when this happened, but the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, they did a big move from Eggleston over there by Emory University to the Arthur M. Blank hospital that's on North Druid Hills. And I just kind of wanted to make sure that I brought that to the fold, be a little PG-13 today, because I think it was amazing to actually see different type of like health services, like emergency services coming from all other counties. They had like over 120 like ambulances and like police officers, sheriffs, where they blocked the road off. We were on the side of the road, like people were pulling off the side of the road with signs, and I found some type of, something in my backseat, a rag, just to kind of like cheer the people on as they were driving by. But I think that that's one of the things where when we talk about health disparity and things like that in southern cities, especially like Metro Atlanta, just knowing that one hospital is closing, but then there's another one to go to, right? And then actually seeing the transport and the importance of that. So I thought that was just amazing, because you just don't get that every day, you know?
We love that. We need them.
We need the hospitals, yes.
I actually just did a reading before they closed of My Crayon is Purple, the purple crayon. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I just did a reading there at that hospital, and they were saying that they was getting ready to make that move. Shouts to Arthur.
Yes, that's huge. And it's a beautiful hospital. Like, they have an outside basketball court, y'all. I'm like, okay, kids, get sick. Somebody, real quick.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Just real quick.
Okay.
And, like, be there for like a day or two. Come on, Chris.
That's all we have for this week, and let's talk ATL law. Be sure to follow Dawn. Y'all just heard the woman.
Y'all know where I'm at.
Follow Dawn at _Dawn Montgomery. Please follow the intellectual Mike Jordan ATL on social media at Mike Jordan ATL. We'll be right back with more MoCo.
WABE.